that can be a very traumatic experience both for your child and for the other person.
Yeah.
One of the things my wife and I have talked about is, we want to make sure the boys are respectful and treat, the young lady as she should be treated. But we also expect them to be treated well by the other person's parent.
Exactly.
There's this stigma, stereotype, possibly joke of, parents who are, threatening young men and all that kind of stuff. And that's not going to go well with us.
Nah.
Yeah.
As I would never treat, someone's young lady the same way. So we need to recognize that there's a responsibility to both sides, and that doesn't get talked about as often.
I feel like that's a word. Like, yeah. Well, how does that conversation keep going and or get had? Because that is, I never even thought about that. Mm-hmm. But that's also just me being me, and that's just the way I roll. It's like, again, going back, thinking about, my niece, and she's dating this young man. And so her parents are separated. And so her mom met the dude. Well, then when the dude was at the house, she FaceTimed her dad. Well, dad got on there, and the first thing he started talking about is sex and like just interrogating him. And just like, her mom's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I mean? Because like you said, it doesn't get talked about a lot, just the way that we treat young men. How do we keep having that conversation?
I think it starts with more communication between the parents. A lot of the times we get into these situations because you'll have a young man and a young lady who will become involved with each other in whatever form.
Yeah.
Parents aren't involved, My wife has a rule that, there's no quote unquote relationships unless, I know this young lady or her parents. And she, I interrogate people for a living, and she's better at it than me when it comes to finding out information about these young suitors. So it starts with communication between the parents in my book. I mean, that's a huge unknown, So you're inviting a whole nother spirit and a whole nother person into your household, and you need to know where that person comes from.